Hi, I'm Sarah, and today we are going to be learning about the elements in astrology. If you are new to astrology or you want to learn more about the core ideas and beliefs before we dive into this video, I provided some helpful sources in the description below. The Oxford Dictionary defines astrology as the study of the movements and relative positions of celestial bodies interpreted as having an influence on human affairs and the natural world. If that sounds complicated, it's because it is. Past civilizations have studied these relationships and developed ancient tools for understanding the influence of celestial bodies on the human experience. And this continues into modern times as astrologers interpret the metaphysical symbolism of the universe and put it into words like horoscopes. Even if astrology is not something you personally believe in or you're a little skeptical of it, the lessons it offers are very real and not to be overlooked. The signs can be broken down into various categories. There are the elements, modalities, ruling planets, feminine versus masculine, etc. Today we'll mostly be focusing on the elements as they relate to the signs because that's enough to unpack for one video. But if you want me to go over the other categories in further detail, feel free to let me know in the comment section. So the elements are old. Peter Lissy published an article in Infinity Astrological magazine, a line that reads, "The notion of the elements is one of the most archaic and universal intellectual constructs," as in it's an idea that has been around throughout various cultures throughout history. Additionally, Claudius Ptolemy, a Greek astronomer, philosopher, and mathematician, is known for attributing each zodiac sign with its corresponding element. He strongly emphasized the science behind astrology, especially as it relates to the elements because it operates in accordance with natural law. Understanding how the elements correspond with placements in your birth chart is critical because it will give you so much insight into your life, into your relationships, your career, your personality, your strengths and weaknesses, and just so much more. So let's get right into it. First, we're going to talk about fire. Fire is passion, it's energy, it's creation. Fire is thought to be the original element, similar to how the Big Bang is thought to be the origin of our universe. And this makes fire signs the go-getters, the shoot first, ask questions later type of people. You may have noticed that these signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, can be a lot. They are passionate in everything and anything that they do, and you either love them or hate them for it. They have this incredible ability to slip into the shoes of their inner child, and sometimes it's in situations where it benefits, and other times not so much. Fire signs are dedicated leaders who are capable of taking responsibility in just about any role, and sometimes they just need to practice a little impulse control. If you have a lot of fire in your chart, there is going to be a lot of creativity, passion, vitality, but there could be a potential lack in communication, dependability, or flexibility. There could be more acting than thinking in situations that don't always call for it. In a chart where there is no fire or very little fire, that person may have some shortcomings when it comes to finding the drive to push ideas forward or taking that leap of faith. That being said, a lack isn't necessarily a bad thing. If care is taken to ensure that this balance is found within yourself, then that lack can become like a spring of creative energy. Of course, grouping all of the fire signs under one umbrella does not do them justice as individuals because they each have their own unique flame. Aries is the cardinal fire sign, so they are like the fiery spark that grows into this great blaze. They are the innovators and the initiator. They will bravely, fearlessly face any challenges that come their way, and if they decide they're going to do something, they're going to do it, and there is very little that will stop them. Then we have Leo, who is the fixed fire sign, and they are the more passionate and loyal type. They are dedicated and generous, and they love to be in control. but in a good way. They want to be in control because they want to enjoy life and help those around them enjoy it too. Leo is here to hype up your strengths and their own so that they can live the most authentic and best life possible and help you do that as well. Then we have Sagittarius, and they are the mutable fire sign, which makes them a bit more erratic. Sagittarius exudes this kind of passion that can be adapted to just about anything because they are mutable. They are very idealistic. They are the explorer, the seeker. They are just always searching for the next inspiration to ignite their flame. If I were to paint a picture for you, Aries is the fire that will leave a blazing path in their wake as they charge forward towards their goal, where Leo is the superstar who will lead you down that path that Aries has made. And Sagittarius is just excited that there's a new path to explore. Next we have Earth, and Earth signs are all about safety. Earth is abundant and stable and fertile, hence why Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus make the people around them feel so secure. They are practical and stubborn and determined to take care of you and themselves, but mostly you. They are realistic and dependable and could be described as like the mom friend, but in contrast, they can be as stubborn and dense as rocks. Earth signs are like the worker bees. They do the mundane tasks of the world just to keep the wheels spinning. For these signs, it's all about slow and steady winning the race. Sometimes a little too slow. Being overly meticulous is a mishap with these signs, but they will endure. Even if they are working on a project for years and years and years, they will keep on chipping away at it like it's day one. Getting in touch with the earth in your chart can help you find more stability and a stronger foundation. If you are lacking in earth placements, it can lead to an unconscious emphasis on the physical realm of materials such as money, the body, sex, and just luxuries in general. To clarify, there's nothing wrong with these things inherently. It's just placing too much focus on them or not enough can be a sign that your earth is out of whack. To get into the sign specifically, first we're going to talk about Taurus. And Taurus is the fixed earth sign. They are the collectors and the builders. They do not give up on tasks easily. They like nice things and nice homes because they are the foundation of the earth signs. Under care of a Taurus, you will lack for nothing. All Taurus wants to do is take care of the people they care about and sometimes spoil themselves a little bit too. They are easygoing, down-to-earth signs, unless you piss them off. Virgo is the mutable earth sign, and people with this sign are typically very practical and pragmatic. The stereotype that Virgos are always working is not far from the truth. Even if they aren't physically working on something with their hands, their minds are always moving and planning something. They want to fix everything, including people, but it usually comes from a good place, except for themselves. Virgos will hold themselves to impossibly high standards. And then Capricorn is the cardinal earth sign. They are like the managers of the earthly hierarchy. Their materialism makes them resourceful, and their cautiousness is usually based on experience. They are independent and capable of self-control more so than others. Capricorn will help maintain order and keep their head on their shoulders even if things get tough or crazy. They are very focused on their goals and strive to keep strong and durable relationships. The next element would be air. And the signs that fall under this element, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, excel in the areas of intellect and communication. Air signs typically have their head in the clouds, but that's only because they are trying to get the most unique perspective. These signs are always prepared to use their energy in diverse and unusual ways because they are truly appreciative of the different lifestyles that people live by. They are free thinkers and they readily accept unconventional people or abstract ideas. Even ruled by air, these signs are sponges for knowledge and information. When they debate, it's usually with the goal of gaining more information or expanding their mind, and not necessarily to win an argument. These signs tend to think with logic rather than emotion, so they can come off as a little alien or robotic. And though they are incredible communicators, they can be a bit indecisive. Someone lacking balance in the air department could find that their communication skills are suffering, or like a cloud of apathy is hanging over them. Too much air can make it difficult to tie down thoughts or ideas into something manageable or tangible. To break it down by sign, first we have Gemini, and they are the mutable air sign. And being mutable makes them the most adaptive, but it also can make them seem a little crazy. But in that I mean that Gemini are always thinking, they're scheming, they're planning. They want to enjoy what life has to offer. They love to share ideas and talk with whoever about whatever, which makes them really great conversationalists. There will never be an awkward silence with a Gemini. And Libras are the cardinal air sign, which makes them very action-oriented. They excel at weighing and comparing values and principles in any situations. Libras want to relate to everyone, so they're really good at initiating conversations and asking questions, and even especially in conflict. Libras are going to be the mediator of both sides so that each story is heard and evaluated properly. Lastly, there is Aquarius, and they are the fixed air sign. They are the most steady and stubborn of these signs, and they aren't afraid to be different.
I'm weird. I'm a weirdo.
They have a really big brain, rebel against mainstream society kind of personality. Aquarius sees situations from a very entirely different perspective because they want to take things in from the most omniscient point of view. And they prefer complex topics over superficial discussions in order to further expand their mind. Finally, we have reached the element of water. And the signs that correspond with water, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, are fluid and emotional and the most psychic of the zodiac. Their imagination runs deep and it gives them a unique perspective on the world around them. These signs tend to rely on their emotions and senses rather than logic. They can be intuitive and deep, or sometimes come off as a little shallow, but that's only because they take great care in guarding their emotional well-being. Water signs have this ability to read the room and sometimes take on the energy of people around them, and that's part of the reason why these signs are so easy to mesh with, because they just want to vibe with everyone. That being said, their personal boundaries can become a little unclear because they so naturally go with the flow of whoever they're with. Water signs are also very nurturing, like earth signs. However, where earth signs offer physical support, water signs will extend the emotional and spiritual variety. If you lack balance in the area of water, you may find that you use other outlets for your emotions. So rather than talking about them and processing them in a normal way, they may come out in a form of artistic expression. Using alternate mediums provides a safe place to process these emotions that may have otherwise stayed tucked away inside your heart. Living in harmony with your emotions is the best way to balance the water in your chart. The signs. Cancer is the cardinal water sign, so they are the leaders in expressing emotions because they are so closely connected to the phases of the moon. However, they are every bit as ambitious as their cardinal brethren, Aries, Libra, and Capricorn. They are family-oriented homebodies, very sweet, very loving. Cancers are protective of their personal groups and their homes and feel safest surrounded by these comforts. And then Scorpios are the fixed water sign. This sign has a way of understanding people on a very deep and intimate level. They look into your eyes and see your soul. They have this innate sense of loyalty, so their connections are very deep and very strong if you can handle them. Scorpios are never going to be fake about how they're feeling. They're not going to dance around the issue, and they're very forthright with their opinions. Their compelling attitude can make them kind of hard to resist. Finally, Pisces is the mutable water sign. They are the extra spiritual of the bunch. Their slippery fish bodies are really hard to get a firm grip on. Whereas Scorpio understands you on a deep desires level, Pisces understands you on a very spiritual level. Like Aquarius, they are another big brain sign. They feel very connected to the whole world. There are no boundaries. They understand the vastness of reality and are most capable of going with the flow of the universe. That covers all the signs. I know it's a lot to take in, but I hope I was able to make the aspects of the elements a little clearer for you. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Just cracked my knuckle. If you want to see what this channel has in store, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I plan on having more astrology breakdown videos, guided meditation, tarot readings, ASMR, all that good stuff. But until next time, thanks for watching and take care.